Here's how you can do something like this to keep your 3D scenes a little bit more efficient, as well as your games. Alright, so this isn't the best example, but I downloaded a trim sheet from trimsheets.com, and this is one of their assets. But we're going to look at how I did this. Okay, so trim sheets are actually a really cool tool that we can utilize in 3D in order to build environments, or even like non-hero props. So let's go ahead and take a look at how this is actually working. You can see I have multiple different objects in here, just a little basic setup to kind of showcase how this works. If I go and open up my UV editor, you're going to see that we pull this image up. So this is a trim sheet. Trim sheets are designed to kind of give you a little bit of flexibility in building environments or less important props. These are really great for taking a bunch of different materials and putting them on one sheet. That way you only have to use one material. It saves on computational power and it saves a little bit on rendering time. So how do we utilize this? Well, if we take our UV editor here, so if I come in here and I select all of my objects, you can see how I have these all laid out. So let's look at the floor, for instance. Each one of these floor tiles sits right here on the trim sheet. And you can see if I grab this UV shell, I can actually just change what texture this is operating off of just by moving it across a trim sheet. So it's a really cool and quick way to kind of build your environments as well as anything else that you need to do. And then from there, you can add things like lighting and spruce up the scene. The cool thing about trim sheets is they're going to use everything that a standard PBR material uses, but you're able to kind of just move your objects around and you don't have to do custom UVs for everything. So it's a real big time saver. For instance, let's say I want to change this trim. I want this to just be like a solid metal. I can actually go here, select the shell, move it down. And then from there now we have that nice kind of solid metal base trim. And you can see right when we go to render, we're still getting all of the reflections and the bump detail and all that other stuff without actually having to do a custom material for every single piece. So trim sheets can be super awesome for doing large environments because you can repeat assets, you can do different things, and they kind of allow us to have a little bit more customization inside of Maya without having to break out into Substance Banner or break out into Photoshop or whatever you're using to create your textures.